So you came to the back pain and sciatica workshop and you didn't schedule. I just wanted to share with you a couple of things because when that happens, I just think that there's something that we failed you on, either in terms of communicating the importance of it, or maybe you have something else going on in your life and you need to put this off for now. But I wanted to share with you a really important viewpoint today. What you did was you saw an ad, whether it was on Facebook, maybe the West Chamber website, maybe it was on our website, maybe in the newspaper, or on a postcard that was sent out, or maybe even better, a friend referred you. You raised your hand, you called, you went online, you either you registered for the workshop, you showed up, you listened to us babble about back pain and sciatica, you saw us treat somebody, you heard us go over the 3 big viewpoints. Including the 3 common causes of back pain and sciatica. You filled out your worksheet, but you just didn't schedule. And you might have been a provider. I know frequently we have physicians in the room, maybe we even have chiropractors, we even have maybe other physical therapists that are there. And if that's the case, I get it. It makes sense that you wouldn't want to schedule. If that's the case, just email me back and let me know that you're a provider, a chiropractor, a physical therapist, and that's fine. I also know that there are some people that might have got upset that we didn't have a chance because I usually hang around the room and try to get as many questions answered and from one-on-one with people, but some people will get upset that we just didn't have specifically the time just for them. And it really puts us in a tough spot because if we have a line of people and we're working our way through trying to get everybody's questions answered, certainly I'm going to possibly offend a person who maybe was next in line or the person who was waiting and having to wait to get their questions answered. And we've really tried, and there's not a better way for us to really handle that, unfortunately. But what happens is when we do our appointments, you do have a chance to get your questions answered one-on-one with one of our doctors who specializes in back pain and sciatica and is frankly a better doctor than even I am, and I just want to be fully transparent with you here. The other thing that can happen, and frequently we run into this, is recently we had somebody who after a year or so they saw us do a back pain and sciatica workshop and they didn't schedule. And they finally came back in now after a series of injections. And they are unfortunately on the eve of having to get surgery. They waited this long to take care of their back pain and sciatica, and I wanted to show you what happens for most people. And I don't think I did this in the workshop for you, so here it is. Basically, if we take all the activities that you do day to day, or things that maybe you used to do that you no longer do, maybe it was yard work, lifting, maybe even running. These are more aggressive activities, more rigorous activities. They're going to be here on the outside. And real easy stuff like sitting, sleeping are going to be on the inside here. So here's what can happen. And this is what happened to the gentleman that came back after a year. When we have things like that, most of us, what we do is we ignore it. Again, you were at the workshop, so you know that there are 3 things that we can do to handle the problems in our life. We can ignore it, and in almost every case, when we ignore a problem, it gets worse. We can try to alter it or maybe even change it, or we can actually handle the situation. The free screening or the free exam is a way for you to find exactly what it is that you need to handle for your back pain and sciatica. You can get down to the source of the true problem. What happens is naturally, if something hurts every time that you do it, yard work or housework or running your vacuum, you're probably less likely to do that. Am I right? That is what most of us do, actually. So we eliminate that. And then we get to the point where we have pain if we stand or sit or maybe walk for 15 minutes. Eventually what happens is we also lose that as well. So what we're doing, and that you can see is really, really quickly, is that what can happen over a few months or maybe in a few years is we don't handle the cause of the problem. We get ourselves to where we are boxed in and we can only do a few things and we're kind of missing out on life. We might feel embarrassed if we have to rely on maybe a neighbor or friends or family members to help us do certain things, like maybe go grocery shopping or maybe even drive us somewhere or something like that. Even at a relatively young age, we can feel like we're losing a little bit of our independence, and it can be very embarrassing. And this is what happens most of the time. I don't want that to happen for you. So I will once again offer you, I know I said that that day only, but if you want the free exam, which is an appointment with one of our doctors who specializes in back pain and sciatica, just reply back to this email and let me know. We will make sure that you get taken care of, and we will schedule an appointment just for you. Again, it's a 30-minute free exam. You can get to see a doctor who specializes in back pain and sciatica, and at the end of that 30 minutes, you're going to know exactly what the cause of your back pain and sciatica is, and whether or not conservative treatment or natural treatment is something that you can that can help you out, and what the pain looks like. There's no obligation. You don't have to schedule anything else or anything like that. It's just our way of helping you get a really good grasp on what you have going on and what you need to be able to handle it. So reply back to this email, let me know where you're at, and we'll get you set up for that free exam.